Okay, we will now continue looking at some business coverage in the media. Yeah, so before the 1970s, businesses now news was downgraded to only a few pages in the newspaper. Towards the back, itu pun sometimes they only consist of the reports on the movement of stock prices. Yeah, and of course, not only news media, it is also covered in very few, or you can say a handful of business magazine. Yeah, and mostly in national TV, it receives very little to none at all. Yeah, coverage on national TV and also TV local TV broadcast, news broadcast. Okay, but as public attitudes change, with of course a lot of influences from culture from outside and also the influence of social media. However, business news section, instead of just getting a few mentions, businesses get one specific section in newspaper, which is a huge difference, or a great increase of information on businesses in newspapers, and it began gaining recognition. And of course, from then forward, began to expand, right? And as coverage of businesses increased, however, media industry at the same time was consolidating. In the United States by 2012, there were only six big corporations that owned and operated 90% of the United States mass media. So you bayangkan overall, 90% operated by the six big media giants. So that's how compact the industry was in 2012 in the United States. But you can see the same thing happening here in Malaysia. You can see in 20 up to 2017. There are only two media giants that we know of. Media Prima and also Astro, and who controls the news. And there are a handful of other independent media operators lah yang kecil-kecil, macam TV Al Hijrah, dan juga beberapa stesen yang independent, right? So most executive today recognize that the media is typically not going to be very excited about the good things that company do. We know the worse the matter is, the better for them, because things like this creates news and the news value. So instead, the worst news about the company, or about the CEO, the more likely it is to appear in the news or as a major news story that will capture the media and the public's attention. When we learn about news, we know what makes news. Things like something that is unusual, timeliness, things that are bizarre, things are out of the ordinary, and also things that involves people who are close to you. Proximity, lebih dekat dengan you, the more it is important for you. So it becomes it becomes something that has news value. Okay, so how then do you build a good relationship with the media? Of course, members of the media, and organization must take time to cultivate relationship with the right people in the media. Kenapa kita kata right people? You cannot or you can no longer use the wild pitching technique in pitching a news to the editors. Okay, I've mentioned this in class before. I hope you remember. Wild pitch means if you have one press release, you hantar dekat semua media in the hope that one or two will capture it. Okay, this is costly. It is wasting time. It does not guarantee that your information will be disseminated by that specific people, or if it does, it may not contain the same understanding that you would want people to know. Right? So we should avoid this standard practice. Sebab the old style PR, PR experts dulu, the old style rely on the system that with the media that no longer works now. Kalau dulu, as I mentioned, you send out release to a mass audience, and hope someone will pick it up and write a story. Why is this no longer valid? Why is this no longer relevant? And why does it no longer work? Because editors or reporters today are bombarded dengan terlampau banyak sangat press releases from the organizations, okay, because looking at the number of businesses that operates in Malaysia, you can imagine if one company were to only send one press release, you will get thousands of press release, and you only have two media giants in Malaysia, so you can understand that, you know, they may not pick up your story at all. So this your media relations effort will go down the drain because it becomes ineffective. So what you should do, because the majority of the press releases will go unread, okay, due to both massive quantity satu, and then the time constraint, yeah, under which the reporters are working. You know how dense, yeah, the industry is. They do not have enough resources to read thousands and thousands of press releases a day. So which is why this old system no longer works. Okay, so now press release memang sangat effective, yeah. They can be used very effectively. It is cost saving. It's literally basically free, yeah? Because when you have a press release, you disseminate through the media through what, fax, email, or you can post it on your website, yeah, as a online press release. So it's very cost saving. But because of these factors, people use it left, right, and center. Okay, apa-apa je mesti pakai press release. So people tend to overuse it. Alright, so it is overused by PR executive because they are relatively easy to write. Okay, kalau you PR, you tak tahu nak tulis press release, malu. Okay, so basically semua PR practitioners will know, yeah, how to write a simple press release. Okay, you even have templates online that you can use already. You boleh masukkan your information about the specific communication that or information that you are trying to get out, yeah. And in terms of composition pun very easy, and they are widely distributed, to a certain segments of the media. Now, part of the problem is that we measure our success in communication in terms of the amount of ink atau coverage we receive in the media, yeah. It has been like that over the years, okay, but no one has ever stopped to figure out what this value of a head. Kalau you dapat, for example, a column 2x4 or 2x8, depends lah size dia apa. People may say, hey, I got into the newspaper today, but what is the value of that mention of your organization in the media? This is what that is more important to public relations practitioner, because this determines the effectiveness of your communication processes. Okay, so and getting a lot of articles written about a company may not have what value if they do not help the company achieve its objective. Okay, again, for example, if you're this is about your group assignment, your communication plan kan, I always say that whatever strategies and tactics that you do must support the objective that you have outlined here in the beginning. So it's the same as a press release. You give out information to people, but it doesn't support the organization's goal, vision, and mission. So what's the point? It defeats the purpose at the end of the day, because you're not doing things to back your organization up. Okay, so the advice is to use press releases sparingly. Pakai tetap kena pakai because it is part of public relations practice, but use it sparingly. Only use it when it is really important, or you know that it is the best way, yeah, to disseminate information. Alright, so you still do it because we believe in a variety of channel of communication. Yeah, remember we talk about theory, users and gratification theory. People use the media, yeah, whatever that suits them best. Okay, so you cannot disregard press releases entirely, because people may still want to receive news in the newspaper, yeah. Especially kalau our audiences are people who at the age group who still reads the hard copy of the newspaper instead of, you know, just browsing through online. But online news pun, ya, context tu diambil daripada press releases that are sent by the organisation. Okay, so at this point of time, what works best is that you must work with the right kind of journalists for the kind of story that you are trying to put out in the media. Alright, so find out who the right journalists are for that given story, and then develop a tailored game plan how to connect with them. Right, now, how do you do this? Number one, you need to research the targeting media. Okay, Don't research all media, research the targeted media, the media that you specifically know you want to use in your communication. Alright, so now typical media information, media operation, apa kita buat when senior managers, they work with the corporate communication team, they determine the objective of the communication, just like what you're doing for your group assignment. Okay, and then they also determine objectives on what they have for a certain story. Okay, and then the company began to search for the right place to pitch the story. Okay, what is it that you want to pitch, or where should you pitch it correctly to? Okay, and the corporate com professional will then look into their files, tengok who covers their industry, and then the company specifically. Okay, so sometimes it's easier for company if they already have a media database, yeah, or media directory, yeah, because the same reporters typically cover the same beat over the years. Rarely will we find reporters who do different beats, a different kind of story on daily basis, yeah. And also many of these people have established good relationship with the companies that they used to work with lah, yeah. So and if these companies record are maintained properly, then it will be easy for you, yeah, just to look at a glance who is the best reporter that will most likely to cover the story. And most importantly, this reporter must be able to write a balanced story about your strategic move or about your communication plan. Okay, so but then how do you determine, yeah, who is going to write a positive piece for you before, yeah, rather than after you pitching the pieces? Alright, so this is where ongoing research pay off. Macam mana you nak research? How do you find this targeted media? So of course you have to read the newspaper, because every time a journalist writes something, they will have their own angle of writing. Okay, now each time they cover a specific firm or a specific industry, for example, yeah, corporate com professional needs to determine the angle that they have taken up. Okay, what kind of a writer they are. Alright, so when you look about the history of their writing also, how do you know this reporter's name? Of course, yeah, please know that every news, bila orang tulis, the reporter mesti ada byline. Okay, news tu ditulis oleh siapa? By Melina, by Aisyah, for example. Okay, so this byline will provide you the name of the reporter. So if you were to go through his or her writing on daily basis, you will know which industry she covers, yeah, what kind of angle she takes when she writes about this organization, what kind of style of writing does she have, is she aggressive, does she give out information or messages subtly, yeah, or direct? Okay, so you dah boleh tahu if you read about his or her writing on daily basis. So this is how part of the research also. And then at the same time, you know, when you have read a story by a specific person, don't pitch the same story over and over again to him or her. Okay, of course, when people send you the same story almost every day, you become annoyed, yeah, annoyed. So reporter or media senang je, when they are annoyed with you, they just won't entertain you. Okay, so you want to avoid that. Okay, and also you can, by knowing these reporters, the angle that they do, you can avoid giving them stories that they are not interested in. Okay, maknanya yang bukan bidang diorang, the ones that they don't cover on daily basis, don't direct it to them. Maknanya they are not the person that you are looking for. Okay, so and communication need to only occur when a company's media audience is more likely to be receptive. Yeah, also kita kena pandai, yeah, kalau kita nak keluarkan berita about our organisation, etc. For example, okay, macam sekarang, okay, the media is still covering about PRU. This is like 2 weeks after PRU already, yeah. So kalau you nak hantar berita pada media sekarang, most likely they will not cover your story if it's not important, if it's just a normal business story, because it does not have value as compared to things that have to do with PRU, 1MDB, etc. You will see all these things in the now. So it needs to be timely, yeah. Your reports to the media, to the reporters, needs to be timely. It needs to take into account also when you feel that the audience are more receptive. So stories may also need to be seasonal lah, yeah. Macam ada kena mengena dengan what is happening around the world now. So when you write things that are closely related to things that are happening around you in the environment, people would more be receptive to read it and receive the information. Okay. So also, most companies can easily access information about the journalist who covers them. All right, consultants can also generate this computer analysis on the reporters' articles. You can also ask from your industry sources to provide critics on the writers that they know, and also even find out personal info about them. Okay, there is no two to it, because sekarang you nak tahu pasal siapa-siapa, you dah boleh just Google, look into their LinkedIn account, Twitter account, etc. And most of the reporters and editors now will also have their online social media working alongside them. Okay, maknanya on top of providing news to their news agency, they will also maybe post about the same story on their personal social media accounts. So of course, newer technologies allow corporate communication professionals to access such information through electronic databases such as Cision's PR software. Yang ni you may not know about it, but you can go online and Google it, Cision PR, or the Bulldog Reporter Media Pro. Okay, this software actually has a database for you, that includes all the media, and they also do this analysis for you. So you will find the link for the company's website in your slides here. I'll provide the slides later. So in addition to figuring out who covers your company's bid, which people cover you punya area, the firm and the corporate communication team needs also to determine what kind of a reporter. Okay, so you kena tahu dia punya kerja, dan you kena tahu dia as a personal, as an individual. An individual tends to write about things or put together report in a particular way. They tend to write the same, they have the same angle of writing things, and they tend to put things in the same way. Okay, very few change writing style lah. Bukan senang nak tukar writing style. So kita tak biasa dengar orang tukar style of writing on daily basis. So and then journalists also tend to write and present stories with a particular point of view. They may be in support of the cause, they may be against it. So it depends on your objective, whether you support the cause or you are against it. So kalau you support, you cannot be sending your stories to a reporter that you know are against the idea. So you will definitely not have a coverage, or worst thing is it will backfire. Okay, they will write negative things about you. So which is important, why you should know the reporters at a personal level also. Okay, and then also there are about 3 other things that we can use to build a better relationship. So I will continue in my next video.